It's honestly insane to even say this out loud, but we might genuinely be witnessing the end of one of Roblox's most controversial, self-destructive creators, Parlo. And bro, before anyone thinks this is just another commentary channel doing a cash grab rant, chill, because this whole situation doesn't even feel like news. It feels like watching someone you knew for years slowly punch holes in their own boat until the whole thing sinks. If you didn't know who Parlo was, he's this YouTuber with over 600,000 subscribers, and he's comfortably known as the face of commentary channels. For a while, he was believed to be a victim of many things, including getting arrested. However, something eventually happened, and Parlo lost everything in a single night. He was exposed as arguably one of the worst people I've seen in Roblox's space. I will also be concluding every single detail out there, including some you might have never even known before, like the case where he intentionally ruined people's reputation, like flaming others.
One big example was Tanuki. She was known as one of the people working for Roblox, and due to Parlo's massive influence, big commentary channels allegedly supported Parlo even when they knew he was wrong. That is because they would earn a whole lot of money for speaking the false instead of the truth.
For years, Parlo pushed lies about me. He exaggerated, he fabricated, and he left out context. And the commentary creators who orbit him knew it. They still amplified him because it made them money. They built an entire narrative around me being the issue. They framed me as loud, dramatic, attention-seeking, and ego-driven. Meanwhile, every platform I have is unmonetized except my music on Spotify.
If you thought this single case was all Parlo did, you're dead wrong, because the things he's done is impossible for me to cover upon one singular video. That's why I'll be focusing on important topics regarding his evil intentions. And yeah, he definitely exaggerated a lot of stuff and falsely accused some creators, which already made his reputation shaky as hell, but he always bounced back because he had that edgy underdog persona. He would disappear, come back with a dramatic video like The Truth, farm 1 million views, beef with someone, and repeat the cycle. That was the brand. But over time, everything behind the scenes started rotting. People close to him already knew he struggled with impulsivity, oversharing, guilt-tripping, and starting fights that didn't need to happen. But nobody expected that one day he'd just explode and drop one of the most disturbing documents the Roblox community has ever seen. And the worst part, he wasn't exposed. He exposed himself. It's like watching someone set themselves on fire and scream that they're the victim while pouring more gasoline on their clothes.
Originally, Parlo wanted me to make a video defending him to help, quote-unquote, tell his side. But after reading through everything myself, I just can't. What's in those documents completely changed how I see him, and after knowing him for almost 3 years, I couldn't be more disgusted with his decision to make all of this public. Before any of this blew up as it did, I started a major argument with Parlo about it. I told him to keep it private and to take down the documents immediately. And when that document fully came out and when I actually took a look at it, I understood why he was so defensive, because it wasn't just a statement. It was a 75-page dump of content where Parlo went into level details about his life. Reading that was disgusting, not just because of what he wrote, but because he knew exactly who his audience was, mostly minors, and he still posted it anyways. That's when I knew that I couldn't defend him anymore.
His introduction as a YouTuber wasn't even the issue. In his early days, he was rough around the edges, but he actually cared about the stuff he covered. He went from doing commentary to covering predators to doing analysis and drama updates. He was messy, but he still had structure. And if you go back to the old days, like 2021 to 2022 Parlo, he still had people who genuinely liked him. Yeah, haters clowned on him for having beef every 5 business minutes, but his community also found him entertaining, energetic, and unfiltered. He wasn't Roblox's worst YouTuber at the start. He slowly earned that title by stacking bad choices like Tetris blocks until the whole tower fell over. Before we get into the serious part, I want to bring up one more situation that honestly shows just how messy things got with Parlo. There was a moment where he genuinely made a 13-year-old kid scared of him. Parlo kept throwing false allegations at this kid, and even though the kid knew he did nothing wrong, he stayed quiet because Parlo was too big, too famous, and he didn't want to get targeted.
Parlo released a video on me attempting to defame me, which he did very well. This video alone caused me to get an unbelievable amount of harassment. It got a lot worse. Parlo would add me to group chats with almost all of his friends, and they would harass me and say disgusting things to me. Parlo named one of these group chats this, which is not only unprofessional and untrue.
That alone already shows how much power Parlo thought he had over people. But the GoFundMe situation, yeah, that was one of the biggest nails in the coffin. And if you weren't keeping up, here's the rundown.
down. Parlo made a GoFundMe saying he needed money for legal fees, food, and rent. His friends believed him. His fans believed him. It wasn't some small thing either. He made it sound like he was genuinely struggling and needed urgent help. So people donated because they thought they were supporting someone in a real crisis. But behind the scenes, Parlo was using that money, directly or indirectly, on a trip to London to meet up with the same person he later accused of assaulting him. He paid for plane tickets, passports, meals. Over $1,000 went toward that meetup. Meanwhile, he hadn't paid his editors for months. He wasn't paying the people helping him, and he was still asking for donations while buying a new gaming laptop and a new phone. Like, how are you claiming you're broke but dropping thousands on tech and travel? It just doesn't add up. His fans basically funded a trip without even knowing it, and when people questioned him, he tried to say the donations came after the trip. But that's not how money works. If you're struggling, you don't go spend thousands first and then ask the internet to cover the damage afterward. Everything connects. This was the moment where a lot of people finally went, yeah, no, this is actually a scam. But honestly, the money wasn't even the most disturbing part. It was that 75-page public document he released earlier. The one full of explicit details, screenshots, conversations, and things no kid should ever be exposed to. He even gave a glitter toy a nickname, Cinderella, and described what he did with it like he was writing some unhinged fanfiction. And he posted this publicly, knowing his audience is mostly kids. The doc hit 80,000 views in just 2 days. Then his own friend confronted him about the inconsistencies. Parlo originally told him he had been the victim, but the screenshots showed mutual flirting. And Parlo even admitted on stream that he never once said no.
About a month ago, Parlo messaged me privately claiming he'd been by Wolfgang, that he'd been during their meetup. He told me Wolfgang had snuck into the shower with him, scrubbed his back, and that things got freaky without his consent. I didn't judge him for being gay or anything like that, I just took it at face value, and he made it sound like a serious. But after reading the actual DMs and screenshots Parlo himself included in his document, that version completely fell apart. The messages show Parlo openly flirting and initiating things long before the meetup, saying things like, "I do want my tucked, I cannot lie," and "I might be a little but you have to be delicate." These aren't messages from someone being or they're from someone who's fully aware and willing.
Suddenly, his story went from "I was assaulted" to "I didn't like it." Those are two completely different claims. And that's when people realized he wasn't trying to get justice. He was trying to control the narrative. Before anyone tries to dismiss this by saying, "Oh, everything could be fake," remember this. Parlo himself posted a community update the day after everything dropped. He admitted to multiple things he had done wrong. He still tried to defend himself on the minor allegations and said he wasn't involved in any predatory behavior, but he acknowledged most of the accusations. He even promised a full video addressing everything, including the messed up actions and the things he called sins. But guess what? Bro didn't even have a chance to post an apology video. He straight up gets banned by the official YouTube and disappeared from the platform completely. Before he was removed from YouTube, he entered a last-minute community post to once again portray himself as a victim, calling out Guamgo alongside every other people wanting him to stay silent. It's ironic, because he was actually the one who wants people to stay silent, but now when he's finally exposed, the tides had completely changed. To be honest, I've never expected him to just lose everything like that, but it's safe to say that there's definitely no way of turning this around anymore. However, Parlo did announce that the video which he will debunk all the exposed cases in his alt account. Till then, who knows what lie he'll come up with. There will definitely be some truths, but just as always, it's filled with guilt tripping alongside fake evidences, just so he can be relevant again in the YouTube space. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed our video today, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.